Hello Striders, welcome back to the fourth match with Mardu in Modern. We are on the draw with a Lightning Helix and a Lingering Souls and a Shambling Vents. I mean, if this was a mulligan to 6 I would probably keep, because Emrakul doesn't do anything, so I think I'm going to keep. Helix is good against aggressive decks, Lingering Souls is good against another freaking sacrifice deck. How many could you face? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna go for the Blood Crypt here. I want to take out Cutthroats and Blood Artists and stuff. Okay. So this might be more token based. I think I take Honor of the Pure, because that's the best card. So my opponent kept a 1-lander as well. Probably slamming Plains. No, maybe not. In that case they play another Doomed Traveler. And I'm gonna go for... not Night's Whisper. Yeah, I actually think I'm gonna go for the Shambling Vents. Reasoning here is I could go for like fetching a Plains and Lightning Helix something, which is good. I mean, that's okay. But if I don't draw more lands, it gets very awkward, because then I have to fetch again to play Lingering Souls, and then I cannot use Lightning Helix and Flashback Souls at the same turn. That's pretty bad. Gonna go for Souls. Gonna trade. Gonna Flashback Souls, trade again. And depending on what my opponent does, they're stuck on one land. So they've had 3 draws for a land in a deck that probably has like 20. And they scoop. Why do you do that? You have so much gas. Okay. Anger. In. Wear Terror I think is worth bringing in. I don't think Relic is worth it. And I guess we remove Path? I mean, we're already bringing in more removal. And pathing a Spirit Token, for example, is pretty miserable. Bolting a Spirit Token is bad enough. No, I don't know. I mean, regarding control, as I said from the last match, I'm not sure how you are supposed to build control to make it good in Modern. I guess this is worth keeping. No. I mean, you need to play either blue or black. That's step 1. Because you need some kind of interaction. Unless you're a fast deck, like Infect, Affinity, something like that, you need to have some kind of answers for what your opponent is doing. That's just fact. And blue and black are the only colors that gives you that interaction on the wide spectrum. White, for example, has great answers to a lot of things, but it has to be universal. Like the tension sphere works, for example. We could see like Thoughtseize works, Mana Leak works, like stuff that can take care of basically anything. That way you could actually use use a control deck, but the problem is that you need so many types of answers. You can't just play counter spells, because you need to have so specific counter spells. If you're on the draw and your opponent plays something and your only answer is Mana Leak, you can at best Mana Leak a 3-drop, so they can already have played Goblin Guide and Eidolon of the Great Revels, and you have just lost the game. So you need removal spells as well, obviously. And then we go to red, black or white for removal, which is fine. I mean, it's a good color combination. And then we're kinda I mean, we could play something like, I don't know, mono blue control maybe, with Vidalcan Shackles and counter spells. I mean, that could work, and Blue Moon also works, but there is a reason they're not more popular than they are currently, and that's because, well, they just don't work against everything. So let's see, we're gonna go down to, oh god, to 1. And then we can anger, and then they flash back at least 1 Lingering Souls. Then we can untap and play Lightning Helix. So anyway, the problem with control decks are that you need so many types of answers that you can't fit win conditions. And that is a real problem. Now they're probably gonna have another raised alarm or like braved elements or something, but yeah, okay. So I mean, you need so many types of answers, and then you need to draw the correct type of answer, and that's kind of hard to do. I mean, I've played against like Jeskai decks. They're pretty good. They're considered a good deck with Mana Leaks and Cryptics and Bolts and Helix and whatever paths. And sometimes I play with them with a deck like this that doesn't have creatures, and then on turn 5 you win, and they show you your hand, their hand, and it's like 1 Bolt, 1 Helix, 1 Path. And you're like, yeah, removal is not good against my deck. I know you have counter spells, but you didn't draw them, so that's bad for you. We just can't get a break here, can we? I guess we'll keep this. But you need to draw the correct type of answers as well. I mean, if a card like Counterspell would be legal in Modern, that would be great, because that can answer anything. But it wouldn't be enough. Not by a long shot. Can I kill this now? I'm not sure if I can. Took out Path. Anger is red. Blast is red. Bolt, Helix. I don't think I have anything that can kill this. I mean, I can use Anger. Honor of the Pure. So yeah, Control X, just there are no solid strategy to lean on. I mean, there are no counterbalance Sensei's Divining Top block. I mean, we can play counterbalance, but then it's just counterbalance. Ah, come on. This is kinda sad. For a deck with 24 cards, 1 scry and 2 draw 2, that's pretty weak. So now they play something like Lingering Souls, and I anger, hopefully. They use Forge Tender, that bash me. Then I can play Helix plus Bolt, maybe? Or maybe Tear or Tear plus Helix could be a thing. Or Tear plus Double Bolt. We will see. So yeah, I would love to play Control X, but they need to have some kind of amazing plan. Like, as soon as they've established control, they should just drop something that dominates the game. And as far as I know, there are no such thing for a reasonable cost. I mean, you have a Jace, or several, but none of them are like game breaking. Gonna name Nahiri, Fulminator Mage, a fetch land. Now I can get good value out of my wear tear. I just need to survive. If they don't play a creature, then it's not that bad actually. Then I can play Fulminator Mage maybe or something. Yes, I would love to play control decks, but I mean, one type of control decks. Really, we just can't get another land, can we? It's like no way. You're gonna draw your only 5-drop. Yeah. I guess we Helix one of them. This will not prompt the Forge Tender, I don't think. Really? Well, now we have an out. Now we have an out. Unless they have another Forge Tender. Ooh, Contested War Zone. Haven't seen that in a while. And Intangible Virtue. Okay, so I'll take 6, 7, 8. And I kinda want to draw a land, pretty please. A land would be great. It is a land. So now we can tear this and double bolt. That seems fine to me. And I don't really care, I guess. Or I can just double bolt and save wear tear, but at the same time Shambling Vents is not doing much right now. Yeah, so I would love to play Control X, but I mean some are based on black discard, and that works fine because you get to do something actively. But at the same time it's kinda bad because if you draw them later on, they're stone cold, and that's not good. That's not where you want to be at all. Sure. Still lethal. I'm gonna bolt both. And then hope to draw more lands. So, since a lot of players, me included, have realized this, I guess we play... Yeah, let's just play Fulminator Mage instead. We tend to... I guess if they path, I would let that happen. We go for blue instead, for counter spells, because they're good at any point of the game. But then you quickly realize that mana leaks and romance and spell snares, they fall off pretty quickly, and then you need something like Cryptic Command. But then we're talking a triple blue spell. It's kinda steep. It kinda limits how your deck is functioning. So then you're trying a mix, and it just doesn't work. So if we're gonna play control, we're gonna play with some fantastic plan in mind. I don't know what type of plan, but it has to be something great. Here I think I just sack Fulminator Mage. I'm gonna destroy the Contested War Zone. And I didn't want to use anger because my opponent might have something that they want to play here to put lethal on board, and then my anger will be good. Is it gather the townsfolk? It would be bad if it's two anthem effects. So how do we win from here? Drawing lands would be good. Alright, land is good. So I think I have to anger here. I could play Nahiri, exile something, it doesn't really matter, but then I can't fetch, and I kinda want to. Okay, sure. Now if I draw a land, I can use Autonomous Blast or Void. Both would be somewhat good. Guess we take red-white. Helix. So I can play Nahiri and exile a token. No, I can't because it has to be tapped. I can exile an anthem effect, but that will have to wait. So I'm gonna helix this turn to kind of fog. Hope that my opponent commits something else to the board so I can void everything away. Or only has lands in hand, that also works. So if they don't play anything, we have Autonomous Blast. If they do play something, we might have to void. So I have to cast Nahiri and plus it, because I can't cast anything else. I could cast Night's Whisper and hope to hit a lightning bolt or something. I guess I could have gone for Intangible Virtue. Okay. No raise the alarm, please. Ah, come on. 2 games? Oh well, this is kinda the anti-matchup for me, so it's not that strange, because we're relying on spot removal, trading 1 for 1, and my opponent's deck is kinda set up to beat that. And Void wouldn't have done anything here either, so I guess no, that wouldn't have worked. Yeah, we were kinda done. Helix would have not been enough either. Right, thanks for watching everyone. Let's dig into the list and see if there is something here or if it's just crap. I named it brainstorming because I was just adding every card that I thought would be nice and try them out. So as I said during the brief deck tech, the deck is kind of designed to, first of all, dodge everything that you could call spot removal, which I think we are doing a good job of. We have Shambling Vents. That's about it. But yeah, we have Fulminating Mages, but we can sacrifice them in response to a removal spell, and Emrakul is kind of hard to kill. So typically we won't be able to face we won't face that much removal game 2. So I was thinking we could add some creatures in the board, but we never got to that point. So the plan of using a lot of removal spells I think works fairly well. I mean, we have bolts, paths, and helix, pretty good package. A dreadbore for planeswalkers. That's typically a bad thing for a deck like this, because we want to trade 1 for 1 and draw some extra cards, but if they land a planeswalker, we have a very hard time to adjust to that and change gears to attack, because we don't have anything to attack with. We're gonna win with like some burn combined with a token nagging them, Nahiri ultimate or Chandra. So that's very hard, so I think Dreadbore is important. Then we have some card draw. Obviously I think they work quite well together. I really know, again, not sure why that's happening, but yeah, so we have Arenas and Night's Whisper, Nahiri to filter through dead spells like Inquisition and Thoughtseize. Some matchups we don't want removal, so we can filter that away. I think that works quite well together. Void I almost never go to use, which is a shame, but I think it's still pretty good, but this might not be the shell for it. Autonomous Blast I got to cast like once, and then I had to blast my own creature because I faced the prison deck, so yeah. I still think this is a pretty good card, but it should maybe be in the sideboard or something. Just the fact that we can hit a planeswalker with it is so good. Then the Fulminated Mages, and this type of deck really struggles against the big mana decks like Tron and Scapeshift. Yeah, sure, if we start off with an Inquisition or Thoughtseize, we might be able to disrupt them so we can get up to our planeswalkers before we die. But then we don't have time to use them, so Fulminated Mages sets them back. It's basically a time walk, so when we land Nahiri, we have a full extra turn to use it, and then we can maybe find another piece of disruption or another Fulminated Mage to be able to ultimate this. I don't think the plan worked as well as I would have liked. I still like Fulminated Mages, but they were not as good as I was hoping. So it's possible that we should remove like the Arenas, Void, Blast, maybe even the Night's Whispers. Maybe keep the Arenas, maybe add Outpost Siege instead, and then play a bit like some Dark Confidence instead to be more aggressive, but then we get bad against removal, so I don't know. The deck felt okay, but not more than that. I don't think I will keep playing it. For the board, I mean, I think we had everything, that we could expect. We can handle graveyards, we can handle artifacts and enchantments, and Nahiri's. The thing is, I think Nahiri is such a fantastic magic card. It gives you virtual card advantage. It can kill anything, almost. I mean, an untapped artifact it can't kill, but anything else than that is basically legit. And it's a win condition with its ultimate, and all we need to do is give up one slot in our deck, which I think is more than fine. So I kind of want to explore Nahiri a bit more. I don't know if we want to go into like Jeskai. That's a well-tested deck. Then we might remove basically everything here. No, Chandra might stay. I mean, we could go for a Jeskai build with some mana leaks and maybe a Cryptic. Some decks have the value of Wall of Omens. I'm also kind of interested in playing like a blue deck with only instants and creatures with flash. Maybe like Wall of Omens would work. I mean, it could be like a blue-white deck with Wall of Omens, Snapcasters, Vendilion Clicks, Torrential Gearhulk, maybe a Venser, maybe a Teferi, and then just like bolts, Helix. I guess Helix wouldn't, bolts and Helix wouldn't fit in there, but I mean, maybe we go Jeskai, because one thing that's so bad with playing control is that you have to tap out at some point, and you don't want to do that because then you frequently lose. Yeah, against the fair decks you can tap out. We might need like 2 Supreme Verdicts or something. But against combo decks you never want to tap out. If you go for like, okay, I play Nahiri, hope you don't have it, they usually have it. So yeah, I think this was not the deck that I will take to Grand Prix Copenhagen, but it was still kind of fun, and I think we gave it a good go. So yeah, next time maybe I'll try some kind of Nahiri build. Maybe I will go for Living End now, I don't know. Maybe I will go back to Jeskai Delver and test it out again. I don't know. We will see. We will see what I'm in the mood for. So thanks for watching, and I'll bring you more Magic content as soon as I can.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/magicgatheringstrat.